this can inspire you to write some of your original ideas. You just throw this on and you have 16 basic sounds that you can start your production from, so that you can use these sounds yourself very easily. Hi, my name is Boris, and in today's video I'm going to show you a completely free drum rack you can download from the link in the description. It's perfect for organic and melodic house tracks, and I'm also sure you can use it in plenty of other genres. Here's a quick preview of how it sounds. Just a quick reminder, if you like what you see in this tutorial, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We are making all kinds of Ableton Live tutorials like this one. And if you'd like to learn Ableton Live a little bit more in depth, check out our Ableton Beginners course, which gives you all the knowledge you need to confidently start building and finishing your first tracks. Alright, so let's get started with our drum rack. So actually this drum rack was made with our completely free sample pack that is available, and it's called Aperitivo. It's this one right here, and it includes both one-shots and loops. In the one-shot section you can see we've got quite a few categories, and then there are loops. For example, this tonal percussion bass loop that I used in this clip here also comes from Aperitivo. You can find plenty of very interesting organic loops as well. For the purpose of the drum rack I have used only the one-shots, and I made some really cool mappings for you guys to make sample selection and basic editing much easier. So I took all of the sounds from the one-shot section here, and I loaded them up into these 16 slots here. But it's way more than 16 sounds. In fact, it's 37 sounds packed into just 16 pads. So in total we have 9 kicks, 7 claps, 6 hats, an open hat, 3 snares, shaker, a high and low tom, and here we have some additional percussion sounds. So the bottom 2 rows have 2 macros per sound, and the upper row here, these are just simple sounds that you can edit here in Simpler. I did not make more macros for these, but mostly the macros are for the purpose of basic sample selection and maybe also basic parameters like decay or transposition. And of course you are not limited to this. You can always open this up and edit all of these sounds individually. And if you're wondering what this is the sampler device from Ableton with the zone setting opened here. And here you can see that we have all the 9 kicks loaded up into this single slot. Before we get started with all these main sounds at the bottom here, let's quickly go over the mappings here. We have some compression for the entire rack. We have high cut, which can muffle the sound. We have some overdrive, which is really nice. It has some gain compensation embedded into it, a volume knob of course, then a reverb level and length, and this is actually quite crucial to know that we actually can send some effects here into these reverb and echo channels, and that can be done from the chain list, which is available over here if you click this button, and here you can send all of these sounds into the respective return channels from the rack, and this way you can get some reverb, for example on a wood block. This is no reverb, and then like this. But we have fairly short reverbs to make it sound quite acoustic. Then we are actually adding a lot of these sounds, as you can see, into the reverb. So this makes our sound much more cohesive. We also have a bit of echo applied on some of the elements to add some rhythmic variety. And at the bottom we have the level and length of the reverb and echo. And that's it. You can obviously add more mappings if you'd like, or edit these clicking the map button here, and you can edit it in the window here. And also another quick thing, let's take a look at the Midi pattern here. We have some velocity applied, but let's fold this for now and let's take a look at what is going on. This is the basic pattern. So we have a kick, then an open hat. This open hat element actually consists of a shaker, an open hat, and a closed hat. I have just made the open hat much shorter so that it sounds like a closed hat almost. And then we have a clap playing with the kick, and then a tom. And we also have some organic sound over here. We have a snare, over here. The most important thing here is that we have some groove applied. Without the groove, it would sound not as good. And with the groove, and maybe we can apply this to show you how it differs. So for example, this offbeat snare here really moved from this position to this one. Some of these toms also get moved a little bit. This just adds much more bounce into this rhythm. But let's get started with analyzing our drum rack slots, and the first one here is the kick drum. We have 9 kick drums here, and you can select them by using this sample selector. If we expand this, you can see that we have quite a few of these. The sample selector basically scrolls through this section and it just plays the corresponding sample to a certain MIDI parameter here. And this is really cool for quickly changing up the kick sound without having to drag over a new sample. And in general, this rack to me feels like a perfect way of starting writing a track without actually having any sample packs. You just throw this on and you have 16 basic sounds that you can start your production from. Maybe even quickly swap some of the samples for something else. And quickly in a drum machine sort of fashion, also change some basic parameters like decay, for example, here. So we have decay. Okay, and then we have a clap, same situation. Same thing with the closed hi-hat. Also a few nice samples over here. I have chosen this one, which sounds a little bit as if it was processed with some noise. And then we have decay control. So I've reduced this one quite a bit. Now the open hat. With the open hat, you can see that we have automated the decay quite a bit here. It is all done here inside the clip. Every 4 hits it resets. And it's all written into this MIDI editor here, which sometimes is more convenient than just drawing in automations over here. Nice, okay, so we have the snare also. Very acoustic sounding snare. Also, the echo is applied here. So we have quite a few snares. This one is more aggressive. A more aggressive sort of organic sound. Right, so we have a shaker as well, with a decay and transposition control, which can change the timbre, and also the decay needs to be controlled always. And then the toms, also with the decay and transposition controls. And that would be our 8 sounds at the bottom. Now we have some more percussion sounds. Tambourine, a wood block, a rimshot, a metallic sound, a bongo, a clav, a cowbell, and a sort of organic sound, which sounds a bit like water here with a percussion hit at the beginning. And that would be it as for this drum rack. Now in the free download you will find both the Aperitivo Pack and this full drum rack so that you can use these sounds yourself very easily. And also you really need to check out these loops from Aperitivo. For example, the tonal loops here. And this basically is just drag and drop and really ready to work with anything. For example, we can take this bass line, put it over our beat. Maybe let's just lower the volume here. This can really help you get started and inspire you to write some of your original ideas. And if you are wondering about the effect that was used here during the end of this first section, let me play that once again. And basically all we have here is a delay that gets automated. typical DJ style transition effect. So to sum up, you can use this to build your basic core ideas and maybe swap some samples quickly using the macros. And you can also use these devices, for example, the kick selector, to build your own drum racks like this. You can just remove all these kicks, for example, and just drop some of your own. It's really easy. All you need is to just select some samples and just throw them in. And yeah, basically all you need to do to then have a sample selector working is you need to right click on this area here in the select section here and select distribute ranges equally, and you need to have all of these samples selected to do that, but this is it. Now you can scroll through all of these different samples. Okay, I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you would like to explore Ableton Live a little bit more, we are running a music production academy with start to finish courses on making tracks in various genres, as well as an Ableton beginners course in which you can learn all the necessary basics of production. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell. If you enjoyed this video, leave us a like, write us a comment, and I will see you in the next tutorials.
Hi, this video is sponsored by us. If you like these tutorials and want to support the channel, check out our website packed with online courses and professional sound packs. If you want to cut years of your learning curve, check the PML Beginner to Advanced Music Production program for Ableton Live. You will know Ableton inside out and learn how to write, produce, mix and master complete tracks. You learn step by step at your own speed, from an empty file to professional production, as if we're sitting side by side in the studio. Thank you for listening.